Hi, Tea Society! Welcome back to the Antisocial Planet, and today we're checking out Call Me Anytime, which seems to be a mixture of people from KQ Entertainment. So we got Eden, ATEEZ, Maddox, right? At least, maybe some other people as well, but I've been requested by multiple people to check this one out for the festive season, and I am a giver, so I don't really know what I'm about to get into, but that's just half the fun. Alright, let's see what we got for this one. I feel like we gotta keep the logo in if it's gonna be multiple KQ people, right? I like it just because I like to take an extra breath. Okay. Off to a strong start. Is that a banana? Is it fruit? I'm sorry, I have a couple of questions about the fruit that we were dancing with. Okay, use what you got. I like that we got a Charlie Brown sweater going on too. I also love the leading in to the like very like 80s vibes with that like cold opener with the talking and the filter that we got on the visuals going on. Okay, no, I see which route we're going in. Gotcha. What about freezing to death? Wait, they're like moving with their heads because the ring, but like Oh Young's face. Beautiful vocals. What is the book upside down? Beautiful little cry there in the vocal. I mean, okay, beautiful voices that are happening. There's chaos happening in the video. We can talk about some of the vocals. I love that we're getting a softer vocal to lead into some of this like R&B vibe that we're getting. I love all of the layered vocals that are happening. I think when it leans into some of the, again, like 80s, a little bit cheesy kind of love ballad, right? I like getting that vibe to it with all the like the layered vocals. It's almost like Boys to Men kind of vibe, right? So love that we're leaning into that. Love that they're having some fun with like them all kind of filming with the chaos. I also isn't this from like 2020 as well? At least it seemed like that was, I think, the year that it had in the corner at the beginning. So could have also been like a logistics thing of y'all need to film separately, right? Because of it being 2020. And I think that it lends well to some of the chaos of using what you have, and you could lean into some of that, like the filter and stuff on the visual. Because if you're leaning into some of the 80s retro kind of vibe, you don't need to have the same like high quality that you would for a full-on like music video or whatever. So I like that they're having fun with it. I like that we're leaning into the vibes with the song, and I like that we're having a little bit of chaos. Like, I think that we all need that sometimes. Like little cries that we're getting with their voices. There's so many things visually happening. Y'all are really cute. Look at that little beret. Beautiful vocals that are happening, soft vocals that are happening. I love the little cries that we're getting in some of the voices too. I think it's a nice little flair in contrast to some of the like lighter, breathier vocals that we're getting to have that little bit of a cry, because usually if you get a cry in your voice, you need to have some tension in your voice. So I like that we're getting a little bit of that shift when we're getting some of those like higher notes and stuff. But it's a nice also little touch to link some of the voices together, right? Because we're also talking about a group of people that, yes, work at the same company, but they're not trying trying to like have their voices fit together as a collective, as a company, right? It's different from a group. Like ATEEZ has to figure out how their voices all work together as a group, and that's a different dynamic than like doing a collaboration, right? So I like that we can have these little things that we're letting stay in the final recording that are linking those things together, right? Usually if you get a little cry like that, it's sometimes because you're putting a little bit too much tension into your voice, and sometimes it could be like a mistake or like a style thing, right? It depends on how you're controlling your voice, but I like that we're putting some of that in to link stuff together, and especially with the voices that we're choosing to have next to each other. The chaos though. What is Uyang on this one? I love how serious Yosung is though. I would expect nothing less from these two, honestly. The swaying with the guitars is cute. Okay, well, your voice is beautiful. That's not the point. Again, I love all the layered voices. I think that's so good. Like for a collaboration too, if you're using a bunch of voices, I think take advantage of the fact that you can do a bunch of like harmonies and stuff. I can't get over the fact that what was Sun and were like they're each wearing one glove. Just chaos. We love it, but what are we doing? Feel it. Why? I mean, why not, I guess? You better stop. You are the star. You are my star. Shine as a bright. Oh, so. Oh, baby, so cold. Okay, just there's so many things. Okay, first off, love. I'm sorry, I don't know everybody. Apologies. Especially like seeing faces, right? Names I recognize from like people talked about them, seeing them in like production team stuff, right? I don't always know the faces. No, I apologize. Okay, you can fill me in the comments. But I love getting some of those stronger, higher notes there. Like I was saying, we have a very like light, breathy sound earlier on, and then having there more closure in the vocal cords for those notes, those like higher notes, as opposed to like really thinning them out into more of a falsetto. It's more of a head voice that we're getting there with the sound. Anyway, all that to say is I like having a little bit more of that closure with the vocal chords, a little bit less breathiness in some of those higher notes so that they just ping a little bit more. They're a bit of a brighter sound, and I think that works really well in contrast to what we've already gotten in like the dynamics of the song. The chaos, the visuals. Hitting that note, like feel it. Oh yeah, what are we doing? See that little cry in the voice? What are we? I'm sorry, what were we trying to accomplish? Y'all can do entirely well coordinated, synchronized dance choreo, but you can't figure out how to twirl each other. I love how they're committing the acting, okay? Everyone hitting those notes, committing to the bit, and I love that for them, okay? Especially for a song like this, I think it's fun. I love an R&B love song anyway. I think that it's great. But if you're gonna lean into some of that kind of like 80s vibe, right, of the love ballad, you have to sing like you're going through your 10th divorce or something, right? Like you have to sing like you have known the deepest heartbreak in the entirety of human existence. And I love that we're using like random household objects as microphones, because that is how you sing along to an 80s love ballad. You sing into the nearest object you have and you have a little concert. I like the vibe of that in the video of like at-home concert that we all have to our favorite songs. And I like that they're putting their whole acting ability 1000% devoted to communicating this. And I love that, especially from like Dongho, who I feel like is the most unbothered, that seeing him just be like, hang on, let me show you the 1000% version of how I would sing this, right? I think that's great. Beautiful little flip up there. Y'all can't figure this out? These outfits are a lot. Did we just spray? Well done. I love the extremely serious snaps. I love that they're feeling it. And also the vocals are just so good at this. Like, I know that we're having a good laugh, we're watching the visuals, everything. I am listening though, and I love all the vocals that are happening. Again, getting that like softer sound, but then we're having moments where they're getting like a little bit less of that breathiness coming through, and I think that it just contrasts really well with all of that. But they're not doing anything like super gritty or anything, and I think that fits really well with some of the voices that we're getting. I don't know all of them, but at least from like ATEEZ, the voices that they're picking right from ATEEZ to be the vocals on this, I think are really good picks for that. Because if you were to get like some of the grungier voices that you can also get from the vocalists in ATEEZ, it wouldn't quite fit for this song, right? You can have some of that like rougher sound that they have in some of their other songs and things that they're doing, but it wouldn't work for a song like this. So I like that at least for the voices I know super well, or at least fairly well. I like that we're getting like a softer sound from some of them. Even like Jungkook, powerhouse of a vocal, we're getting a little bit of that in some of the layers, vocal layers in this, but he's doing a really good job of dialing back some of that power so that he's blending in with what's going on. And like having like Sun and stuff. Sun is a great voice for something like this. Maybe that's just because I'm biased, because I love his like falsetto, like his like higher range. It's just beautiful. So maybe that's on me, but good choice. I mean, sing it. Ooh, wait, not to interrupt, but like beautiful little like lift there in the vocal melodies. The ad-lib? Look at just going off on all the layered vocal. Y'all couldn't even manage to line up the heart at the last part of this. Get it together. But I love that. I love the song. As someone who just likes R&B, a good love ballad anyway. Love that they got a moment at the end there where it was lots of the different voices getting to do like ad-libs and different parts like layering in, right? A little moment to showcase all of the different people that were part of this. I think that's really fun, and like choosing which voices were pushed forward. I like that we got a little bit of that like pingier, brighter voice for the bridge, because again, I think it just contrasts really well with the overall sound. We're getting like a little bit more of that kind of darker placement in the vocals, breathier, right? A very like soft sound from a lot of the vocals, that getting that like brighter, pingier vocal in contrast just as a great way of resetting some of the energy of the song. So I think overall the song is a lot of fun. I like that they had some fun with the visuals as well, because again, I'm assuming that there were some logistic things for that, but I also like that they're like, let's just have a fun video where everyone's just chaotically doing whatever. They'll just edit it together. I'm assuming the people who put this together, thank you for your time, because I'm sure it was a job to put together something with whatever they handed you. Legitimately a really good song. I know we can get distracted by some of the chaos going on visually, but I really enjoyed it. I thought that was really fun. I know that I didn't analyze all the ins and outs of that as much as I would if I was like going through a discography kind of thing, but we're here to have a fun, good time, and I did really like it. I think that it's a really fun like sentiment to it. Again, coming out in like 2020, this idea of you can call me anytime, like I want to like still like connect with people and be there for you so you can call me whenever. I think that is fun too. And I love getting to have all the harmonies and the layered vocals and stuff. Again, if you're going to have so many voices that you're incorporating into it, you might as well get to do all of those really fun harmonies and the layered vocals that just really soften everything out. Having that many voices just really softens the edge of all of the vocals that are happening. And I think that also fits really well with the style of the song. And of course, it's always fun to see them be chaotic. Okay, fun to see what people put together when it's like, we're giving you like a phone camera and just like telling you to figure something out. And I think that it did a really good job of showcasing that feeling, like I was saying, of when you listen to one of your favorite songs and you're just home by yourself and you're having like your own like concert in your imagination, right? Like it had the same kind of vibe. And I think that's always really fun. And just letting it be like a little bit of a less like serious, but more like genuine way of showing off this song, I think is really fun. So I hope you enjoyed listening to that along with me. You can click this playlist to go to my previous reactions, or you can subscribe to me next time I post an ATEEZ reaction or anything else that y'all want me to check out. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.